distinguished representatives of member states, staff of UN agencies, dear colleagues from the Lutheran World Federation, friends in our ecumenical family, and fellow members of civil society. Greetings from the LWF headquarters in Geneva. LWF welcomes the timely theme of the 68th session of the Commission on the Status of Women, addressing poverty and strengthening institutions and financing with a gender perspective. As we all know, poverty remains a significant impediment to the enjoyment of life with dignity for hundreds of millions of people across the world, especially women and girls who are disproportionately affected. It is a sad reality and a clear result of decades of patriarchy that the global face of poverty is and remains predominantly female. Women, particularly women of color, represent the majority of the world's poor. UN Women, UNDP and the Pardee Center for International Futures 2022 projections of global poverty estimated that globally 388 million women and girls are living in extreme poverty compared to 372 million men and boys. We are encouraged to see that girls are increasingly accessing educational opportunities and vocational training. However, this is not adequately reflected in the makeup of workforces in many industries and within countries, as gender-based discrimination and sexism persist. Women across the globe are paid a lower wage compared to men in the same positions. Women are also generally visible in lower paid jobs and not in leadership positions, a fact that is unduly justified with patriarchal cultural norms and gender roles. Furthermore, according to the World Bank Group, 75% of women in developing countries are in the informal economy, where they are less likely to have employment contracts, legal rights or social protections, and are often not paid enough to escape their own circumstance of poverty. With the deepening climate crisis, women in developing countries are at a higher risk of losing their livelihoods as most rely on agriculture. Overcoming the devastating climate impacts already hitting the most vulnerable communities requires the necessary climate finances beyond official development assistance, so people can adapt to climate risks and address unavoidable loss and damage. In the current challenging global context marked by multiple crises, the United Nations member states must take concrete steps to accelerate action to end poverty by creating a new global financial and economic architecture that is conducive to the fulfillment of gender equality and that benefits all of humanity, not only a select few. Removing the debt burden and establishing a universal, fair and legally binding tax convention at the United Nations is necessary for the leveling of the playing field. The sobering reality today is that the poorest states spend 4 times more on servicing debts than providing health care. Even as we reflect on the challenges that persist, I am proud of the work that LWF member churches and country programs are doing, contributing towards a world where women and men have equal opportunity to engage in decent work while maintaining baseline social protections and violence prevention. At the LWF, we believe that promoting women's access to quality and decent work and support to improve their livelihoods is vital for fulfillment of women's rights, reducing poverty, and attaining broader sustainable development goals. Even my role as the first female General Secretary of the LWF demonstrates in a small way the commitment of the Lutheran family to participate in a global paradigm shift toward better inclusion and diversity. I am excited for this opportunity for the LWF to highlight the interventions at many levels that we have made as a faith community to end the sin of forced poverty. And I am proud that we take this opportunity annually and publicly to recommit ourselves to work to create systems that promote gender justice for all.